When we come in for a series of lifetimes, we pick one of 7 different archetype energies that we're going to use throughout all of our incarnations. Hello, I'm John Hodge, Soul Design Master for You Transformed, and today we're looking at an overview of a component of our Earth Realm profile. This component is the Earth Realm Roles. And the Earth Realm Roles is an archetype energies that are adopted by a soul for a complete series of lifetimes. So when we come in for a series of lifetimes, we pick one of 7 different archetype energies that we're going to use throughout all of our incarnations. And an interesting thing that I found in looking at these archetype energies is most of the time they correspond to your soul design, your original soul design and your original makeup and where you came from. So this is a carry through really from your origin, when you were first created. We'll look at these 7 different types, and we're going to look at them briefly today. And the first one is the priest energy. Now we're starting with number 7. This is the highest energy, the highest frequency. All of these are at different frequency levels. It doesn't mean one's better than another one. They just carry a different frequency and a different state of being, overall being. So the first one is the priest energy. It's associated with the violet ray, and you have to understand that colors have frequency to them. If I look at a color, that color actually has a frequency. Everything is energy and frequency. And when I look at a color, I look at a violet color, it's a very high frequency. So the violet ray is the priest ray, and inspiration. You know, priests are inspirational. They can inspire you to greatness. Priest is mainly considering through their incarnations is supporting others in spiritual growth in many different ways. So priests have a very wide view of life and can be very inspirational. Usually are great speakers and targeted at supporting spiritual growth. Not always, but will be targeted that way. An artisan is the indigo ray, and their expression. You can think about artists, architects, engineers. They're very creative. An artisan is a creative type energy. They take and build new things. They like to create novel ideals and things that we haven't seen before. So when you think of artisan, you know, the expression for artisan is let me create that for you. You know, that's what they love to do. So when you think of artisan, you need to think of more than just a painter or a musician, or it's much more than that. It's about creating. It's about creating something new, and it's about creating for the collective. Sage is a very interesting energy. It's a blue ray, and it's an expression, expressive. They're going to be very expressive. I've known a few sages. I haven't done any readings for a sage yet. They're not real common. But have you ever known the class clown? Who's just really different, and they express themselves in a really different way. But they're comedians are a great example of sages. Comedians, and you know, if the statement for a sage is, I'll explain that for you and then show you life is fun. So they're very knowledgeable, and they usually they're very good with the expression of words and using different words. You know, you'll hear them like Robin Williams. They'll say things that are just completely different, but they're making a statement. They're making a statement about things in a totally different way than you've ever heard before, and it's very interesting to listen to a sage or a good comedian that's a sage. They're really good wordsmiths, and can explain things in a way that are joyful, that's fun, and so we can all understand them. Our next role in the Earth Realm roles is the server. Most of us here on the planet right now working are servers. By and large, most people that are around you are servers. And a server is the green ray, and the green ray is associated with the heart. These can also be looked at in energy centers of the body. They're actually associated in some ways to those energies because they're within that frequency band. So the server is the green ray. A server will say, "Let me inspire you as I serve you." So many of the servers that are dedicated to serving humanity do inspire us through their service. Mother Teresa is an amazing example of a server in the world who's giving themselves totally and inspiring us to her level of being, her level of compassion. So most folks are servers, not everyone, but there's a lot around. Number 3, and we're going down in frequency here, is the king. The king is an action-oriented type. It's on the yellow ray. Kings, there's very few kings. You don't need a whole lot of their energy. They carry a very powerful energy, and they are what they say. I mean, people who have an impact on the world, countries, a lot of them have king energy. And, a king is, "I am the leader, do as I say," type of thing. They're able to delegate and command in a powerful way. On the good side, they're great souls that have learned compassion. On the bad side, they would be not so great. You can think of some back in history that were kings operating in the bad side of their profile. So the next one is scholar. Scholars are very interesting. I've have several clients who are scholars, and they're very interesting. They're the orange ray, the second ray, assimilating. And they're assimilating information. They study. Rhodes Scholars. You hear somebody called a Rhodes Scholar, or someone who goes to college and studies and studies and studies, and their life is assimilating information, bringing information in. And they love to travel. Scholars will travel. They travel the world looking for their information. And that brings across the statement, "I will go anywhere for knowledge." So, if they love to read and study. So you may be a scholar, you like to read a lot, you like to travel. So very interesting souls, and they know a lot and can share a lot. A lot of college professors, teachers are actually scholar types, and that's why they're there and go to school for so long. First ray is the red ray, and this role is the warrior role, and it's an action role. See, the king role is an action role, and the warrior role is an action role. And you'll see some of these are similar energies. The warrior doesn't mean that this is someone who goes out and fights and is a soldier in combat all the time. There's lots of different energies to the warrior energy. Warriors are really good family-oriented individuals who really take care of their family and are protectors. They're protectors of their family, and they're protectors of community and society. And that doesn't always mean that they're carrying a gun to do that. I mean, there's many ways to be a warrior. And they are very result-oriented individuals. And, I don't care what it means. I will get results. So they're action-oriented. They're relating to getting things done. So they're very good at taking care of their families, providing for their families. They do what it takes to get done in our society. to protect us and do a lot of the things that some of us don't want to do. These were the 7 roles that we all select, and they are all a frequency. They are all related to the energy centers through the body, frequency-wise, and in state of being also, in a way. So very interesting. Think about what your role might be. You can think about these qualities. We'd love to have you do a soul design with us, find your qualities out, and much, much more. So we hope you've enjoyed this video. Please like and share and subscribe to us, and we'll see you again in the next video.